How's everyone doing? Today I have a horror Blu-ray update with 3 pickups right here. If you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them and which one of these is your favorite. All 3 are from Severin, and Severin is doing a great job with the releases, title-wise, transfer-wise, and especially special feature-wise. They've had some cool slip covers as well, exclusives, and I like the artwork choices. And for the first one is Horror of Party Beach right there. The Horror of Party Beach is so cheesy, entertaining, campy goodness. They sent over a kind of like mini poster for it too, kind of an advertisement for the film, and then the release date right there, which was August 2018. So that's pretty cool. It's basically a combination of the teen beach party movies and then monsters and rubber suit movies. It was so entertaining and ridiculous and just wildly entertaining. The guys in the rubber monster suits looks like they probably couldn't see, because it looks like the where they would see would be at their neck, would be like eye level for them, and then the head is like above. The way they walked, it was just super cheesy fun. It's great camp appeal. Stephen King apparently says this is one of his favorite movies, which is kind of surprising, but I really like the music here too. It was played by a real band, the Del Airs, and they say it was advertised as the first horror monster musical. I really wouldn't call it too much a musical. The band in here plays 3 times, including once at the very end, and none of the actual cast members are singing along or anything like that. It's just a a combination of the beach party bingo kind of movies and the kind of sci-fi horror rubber monster suit movies. Just the combination of that. So the music always kind of went along with the beach party bingo, teenage beach movies from back in the day. And this is from 1964, and it was shot in 2 weeks for $50,000 outside Stamford, Connecticut. Del Tenney was the director here, and some really good special features, including a retrospective documentary, Return to Party Beach, and it also has the Del Airs interview with a couple of the band members, and then a filmmaker, Tim Sullivan, on rock and roll horror movies, archival interview with director Del Tenney, and then the trailer. And I love the trailer for this too. It goes over like, they make you sign a release form, kind of, to promote it, hype it up. But basically they're dumping like toxic waste into the ocean over there, and you see the toxic waste go down, and there's like a skeleton and some like floral leaf kind of plant things going on there. And it just all of a sudden turns into a rubber suit monster right there, and they're coming on shore and attacking women, and it's just ludicrous. There's a scientist trying to figure out how to stop them. The whole town is kind of under siege from them, and there's just so many, like I said, it's just super cheesy, ridiculous fun. If you like campy horror movies, especially 60s ones, and the men in the rubber suit sci-fi horror movies, I think you'll enjoy this one. And again, it is the mixture of the teen beach party movies. So I thought the music was excellent. I love the maid in here too. It was just a lot of fun and a really good release for this film. Definitely the best it's ever looked, and there is the disc artwork as well. And I like the black cases that Severin is doing too. Makes them stand out, but a great release for this film. Again, just high camp appeal, very entertaining. The Horror of Party Beach. I would definitely recommend it if you're into those kind of camp appeal ones. Next up, Zombie 3 and 4. It says a film by Lucio Fulci, but there's a lot of people involved in making this one. He had a stroke, and the film was only 70 minutes when he made it, and then they cut down to 50 minutes, and then they hired co-director, co-writer Claudio Fragasso, and then who was it? Bruno Mattei. They basically filled in and made 40 additional minutes, and there's an interview on here with Bruno Mattei saying that he basically almost shot like half the movie, and all the scenes with the guys in the white contamination suits right there, he shot all of those scenes. So they couldn't get the original actors back to make more of the scenes, so they kind of did like a whole subplot with these guys chasing down different people. So that was kind of interesting how they made it, where like almost half the movie was made afterwards without the original cast. And they actually have Claudio Fragasso and Bruno Mattei. They have a small cameo towards the end of the movie, And apparently Rosella Drudy, who was the wife of Claudio Fragasso, she was uncredited, even though she came up with a lot of the development of the script and stuff. But apparently Fulci hated this movie. He hated the original script. Apparently he said one of the only things he liked about the movie was the flying skull out of the fridge, which he came up with, which seemed to me almost like Sam Raimi-esque, because that just totally felt like his kind of style right there when I saw it, and it felt out of place for the rest of this movie. But it's basically about somebody stealing a virus from a government facility, and they catch up to him, and he gets infected by it. He's all mutated, turns into a zombie, and they burn him in an incinerator, and the cloud of smoke comes up, and the ashes come down and infect this small island village, and all the people are turning into zombies, and the government officials are trying to basically kill them all. And there's a group of people trying to escape, not get infected, not get killed by the government officials either. It's all out craziness. The score was awesome in here. Both of these have amazing scores, but I definitely love that. These are ones that deserve their own soundtrack releases and can be enjoyed on that aspect too. But some good special effects here, good practical effects, blood and guts and pus and mutated zombies. And if you like those kind of ones, this is from 1988. It's low budget. It was shot in the Philippines. I believe both of these were, again, budgetary reasons. But I like the interviews in here a lot too. Great special features. One of my favorite parts for the Severin releases are the special features, the transfers as well. Again, this is a new 2K scan and uncut for the very first time in America. So some awesome special features in here. Again, interview with co-director, co-writer Claudio Fragasso and co-writer Rosella Drudy, and interview with actor stuntman, and interview with replacement director Bruno Mattei, interview with the actress Marina Loy, interview with FX artist Franco Di Girolamo, audio commentary with some of the stars as well. So this was just very entertaining as well. Even though Lucio Fulci wasn't a fan of it, again, there was a lot of his part that was cut out, but I thought it was still really entertaining. Good zombie film. Again, low-budget zombie film. If you were a fan of Lucio Fulci's Zombie, I think you can still appreciate this one, and again, a really good release for it. And here is the soundtrack, which it comes with, which is so awesome that it comes with that, because again, the soundtrack was amazing. But there we go. And yeah, again, the soundtrack on both of these were just phenomenal. I love that they come with the releases for the soundtrack in here. But here we go, Zombie 4, and this is from Claudio Fragasso, who did Zombie 3 and Troll 2. So you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. And this has some interviews with director Claudio Fragasso and screenwriter Rosella Drudy, who they were married. And this has Jeff Stryker interview in Manila with actor Chuck Payton. So I guess they're just talking about Jeff Stryker, who was an adult film star. This also stars Jim Gaines from Island of the Living Dead and Candace Daly from Young and the Restless. And then this is as Blonde vs. Zombies, but I love that title for the interview on here with actress Candace Daly. Behind the scenes footage and trailer. I prefer Zombie 4 over Zombie 3. I thought this was a lot of fun, very entertaining. I like the voodoo aspect again on the island, shot in the Philippines again. This is a new 2K and uncut for the very first time in America. 2K scan on here, 1989, 88 minutes on here. But basically, there's a group of scientists that try to cure cancer on this island, and the voodoo priest on the island, he had a daughter who was sick, and the daughter ended up passing away, and the voodoo priest is trying to take his vengeance out on them, and the scientists are like, you know, we couldn't save her, there's nothing that we could do, it wasn't anything that happened with us, she was going to pass regardless, and voodoo priest doesn't want to hear it, and he basically, you know, kind of, you know, has the whole undead coming up, and basically years later, one of the girls gets away. She was the only surviving member. She was like the daughter of the scientist group, and she comes back to the island, and then she has she had blocked it all out. She has all these visions coming back, and all the zombies are attacking this group of people, including the girl who's now grown up. And oh, I love it. They call these ninja zombies. They're not really necessarily ninjas, but they do have some of the tire, exploding heads, eye gouging, face ripping, power ballads. Again, the soundtrack in here is amazing too. Again, this one was really entertaining. I preferred it over Zombie 3. I love the ending to it as well. Just some crazy freak out scenes. I love the effects here too. Again, great low budget effects. I think the effects were better in this one as well. You can see some, look at that. That is freaking awesome. Come on. But another great release for this one, Zombie 4, After Death. And there is the soundtrack again. I absolutely love that they include that, again, because the soundtracks were amazing for both of these. And great releases overall for all three of these. Again, 2K transfer here from the original negative. And again, the special feature. I love the special feature. That's one of my favorite parts for these Severin releases. They do such an amazing job with the titles for horror cult fans. And then again, the transfers, the black cases. I like the slip covers. A lot of these ones have limited slip covers. So yeah, again, just an amazing job here. It's hard, like, these two would be my favorite of the lot. Zombie 4 and then Horror of Party Beach. Again, the camp appeal here. And this was a popular one for Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like, this was a popular episode that they did, kind of riffing on it. But Zombie 4 was just a blast if you like low-budget zombie movies, especially from, like, the 80s. Again, if you like Fulci Zombie, I definitely think you'll appreciate Zombie 4 here. Again, I love the island. The voodoo, just the look for the zombies, and again, these are you know, Italian dubbed movies. It's kind of a mainstay for these kind of old Italian kind of ones. So you know, the dubbing actually kind of adds to the appeal for it too. But there you go. Those are my three picks right here from Severin. If you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know which was your favorite of these three. Leave me a comment down below, and hope everybody's doing well. Take care.